He's going to get the one kill in that bomb incoming onto the side. FNX has to stay up. No! He gets the triple FNX! Oh my god, what a way to win that round! They don't have a smoke, so this over still. Oh, look at that!
Ladies and gentlemen, everyone, welcome to ESL 1. They're waiting to come back in. They're up in the high ground with feet lines right, and they got it! He's down! Under 6 seconds! Universe in trouble! This could be it!
It's the desire for greatness that drives us. It demands persistence. An existence dedicated to a single goal. The willingness to sacrifice what you have for what you will become.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to ESL's King of the Hill. Once again, my name is TJ. I'm joined by That's Admirable. We're one match down on our Overwatch King of the Hill. We just saw Complexity take out Selfless 3-1 in their best of 5. But now, Admirable, we're moving on to Team Liquid versus Sodipop.
Yep. One of the players on Sodipop that you and I know very well, George Hyped Maganzini,
Yeah.
Part of that team, a former Hearthstone professional now competing in Overwatch. But
Yeah.
Liquid, certainly a team to be reckoned with for them.
Yeah, let's take a look at the bracket for the day. Of course, Complexity did take that first round. Now, Team Liquid versus Sodipop is going to battle it out. The winner will face Complexity. And, of course, the winner of that final match will be the King of the Hill and return next week. And also go home with 1,000 buckaroos. All this will be broadcast tonight. So make sure you guys stick around because we got lots of Overwatch action coming your way.
Yeah. A lot more Overwatch to come in the following weeks as well. So for those of you tuning in, if you want to catch some more of that, make sure you throw the channel here a follow.
Yeah. Twitch.tv/ESL. Yeah. It's really simple.
Super simple.
Yeah.
It's 3 characters more.
Yeah.
I'm sure your browser already says it.
It does, yeah. You're right. Imagine if it didn't. That'd be rough. But let's start talking about the next matchup real quick. Liquid versus Sodipop. Liquid, they've been doing pretty well recently.
Yeah. I mean, to say the least. I mean, you take a look at their form over the last 10 matches. They're 7-3 over the last 10, playing like Overwatch Open for the NA qualifiers number 2 and 3, the ESL Atlantic Showdown. You know, they're putting up a pretty significant record here. And something to note, I mean, we just saw Complexity take out Selfless 3-1. In Liquid's last 10 matches, they've played Complexity 3 times.
Yeah.
And they've dropped 2 of those matches to them. And I remember that event specifically because on day 1, they'd get dropped to the lower bracket very early on in a match where they kind of just looked like they weren't really well put together and nothing was really going their way. But on the second day, it just looked like they were a completely different team. They had turned it around massively, and they've just been in such good form since they've really picked up the pieces. I mean, they also were hunting for that 6th player that couldn't really fill the spot for them. And Waz going to be playing for them this week. Curious if this is going to be the permanent addition or not to Liquid.
Yeah, definitely have to see. But Sodipop, they're one of those, one of the last sort of unsponsored teams left in sort of that top 8 for Overwatch, at least in North America. They're starting to sneak up, get a little bit better. Of course, Hyped and Hype, yes, it might get confusing, but that is their names.
Yep, Hyped's going to be on that flex spot. We'll be fighting with Winston this time. Last time these 2 teams faced, Liquid was the victor. So I can tell you that Sodipop is going to be looking for that return. Always wants that revenge.
Yeah.
Always feel good.
All right, well, of course, we're going to start off on Route 66 as the default first map, a map that not all these teams are super comfortable with. I doubt many of these teams scrim on Route 66 just because not a really popular map choice when given the choice, but we didn't give them the choice.
Yep, no choice at all. Finding some great shots here is Grim Reality. Saw EZK try to make his way into the back earlier, was unsuccessful. That one, so here we go. First initiation begins. Agilities. How high do you think the agility is? Well, it's pretty darn high. That's some nice Reaper trace in there. Waz gonna get EZK. Was that 3 kills? We missed that over there.
Holy moly.
Wow.
And Sodipop just gets wrecked. Hype trying to be cute in the back on Winston, but not really drawing much fire, not really doing much damage in the meantime. His team's just going down.
Yeah, AZK, I mean, had to have found just a beautiful pulse bomb there. It was 3 almost simultaneous kills that took place. So, just could have caught a glimpse of that, but find ourselves here with Waz. And Mesrar just going crazy, trying to hold him in this choke point. So much work to be done. Hype just swapped over to Roadhog at this point, trying to find something else with it. ID on that offensive Junkrat. Such an interesting spot to be. Grim Realities and Agilities picking up kills.
Yeah. I think that offensive Junkrat must be a Route 66 special. Because there's not many maps where that's going to work out that well. But, you know, Team Liquid is doing a great job here. AZK picking up even more kills.
Nice Death Blossom from Agilities there, just able to catch everyone in a position where they're kind of dwindling on life total and able to just use Death Blossom to clean the rest of it up. You know, something really interesting to talk about from ID is he's kind of one of the flex picks for Liquid.
Yeah.
And since Pharah's been out of the meta, he's been playing a lot more Junkrat.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting to see, like, at this stage, on this portion of the map, it probably isn't as good because it's so wide open. There's just so much territory to cover.
Yeah.
That swapping over to Zarya, not really a big surprise. That's also something else that he's been playing a lot of recently is Zarya to go along with it. So it's going to be on the top here looking for something to give. This high ground's going to be an advantage. Mesrar gets caught, but he's going to fall to that one. Oh, he's going monkey mode. Hyped almost gets knocked off. Mesrar looking for more. Oh, see you later. The hang getting knocked off. I'm sorry, not the hang. Hype was getting knocked off.
Yeah.
Just kills all over the place. I mean, just winning all the duels. Going monkey, finding the right time.
Yeah, it seems like Sodipop, you know, they had their ultimates line up once. Agilities had the nice Death Blossom, but outside of that, they haven't really been able to make much happen. And Team Liquid is just sort of rolling over them, you know? Not to put it lightly.
ID is in a really peculiar spot right now. Agility's finding Minstrel right there. Nice kill from that. Transcendence gets dropped as Hyped is bringing out the whole hog. Mesrar's going to get dropped.
Oh, Death Blossom's ready.
In the meantime, Agility's looking for it. Boom! Picks up the hang, does Waz. Dragon Blade's rolling out as well, but we'll see if this is going to be enough. Looks like Sodipop has been able to hold this pretty darn well, thanks in part to that whole hog. Ooh, nice movement there from Waz. It's a nice time, gets a reflector. Is he gonna live?
Yeah, he's gonna be able to pick up.
All right. How about that? That would have been a nice kill if Sodipop could have picked that one up. That would have been a staggered death.
Yeah.
We bought them some more time. Instead, it's regrouped, and we're gonna have to fend it off right away.
Yeah, a little bit of a weird place for them to hold right here, right before the second checkpoint, but it is sort of a choke here.
Oh, here we go. Beats get dropped. AZK gonna be hunting for something with this pulse bomb. ID is about to have that graviton surge. Remember's just taking a lot of damage on Sodipop's side. Just getting healed up by that Transcendence gets dropped. That graviton surge catches a lot of folks there, but nothing really given. Hyped got great cover here. Just team member after team member getting picked off for Team Liquid. Mesrar trying to get something done. Is he going to find this one? Looks like he will find that kill. Waz is going to Dragon Blade, but he's low on life. Gets return kill by Agilities. Mesrar gets dropped. There's the whole hog to finish off this fight. I wonder if that's a bit too much. I mean, it looked like Sodipop had this fight in the bag.
Yeah.
Not sure that whole hog was necessary. That was...
Whole hog does charges up pretty quickly.
Yep. Recent patch took that down a bit. Does get off self-healing now, but it takes a... You know, this push is kind of one that I'm really curious about. One of the reasons it could have been used is that Sodipop just has so much stuff built up at this point. He just wanted to ensure that no progress was made. Yeah. Oh, Agility's looking for this Death Blossom. Gives away his position.
He had a little bit of a surprise attack there, but maybe wants to try and weaken him a little bit. He's looking for it.
Here we go. That as soon as that Transcendence is done,
He's going in.
Agility's going to be looking for it. Hello and goodbye. The Hang and ID going to get dropped here by Agilities. Meanwhile, Nami, Hyped, and the crew pick up the rest that's necessary. Grim Reality, nice final shot there on Menstrual. So it looks like Sodipop going to hold this one off.
All right, well, overtime still taking it, but there we go. First checkpoint plus about 89 meters.
Yep.
For Team Liquid. Easily doable, I think.
Yep. I mean, if they take that second checkpoint, this first map's going to them.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a similar position that we saw Selfless in as well, where they had a reasonable offensive push from Liquid's side, and then they got stuffed.
Yeah.
Now on this one, Sodipop, it went a little bit far.
Yeah.
So if they can manage to push past that, I'll be really impressed, because honestly, I feel like the Complexity versus Selfless matchup was a little bit more lopsided than this one is.
Yeah. Give me one of those bacon and bacons.
For dessert.
Yeah. How about a taco tornado?
I'd definitely eat one of those for breakfast.
Yeah.
Steak and I mean, it said dessert on that menu. Now it's swapped over to dinner. What's going on? Fudge sundae for dinner? Come on. Who eats that? Am I 6?
Please and thank you. Well, on this first map here, now it's going to be Sodipop's turn. I think this is going to be the real test. You know, we sort of touted Team Liquid as being the favorites coming into this one. And they had a decent push early on, but we're stopped in their tracks at that choke point on that second checkpoint on Route 66. This is definitely a map, like we said earlier, that not a lot of teams are super familiar with.
Yeah,
At least as far as like depth of strategy goes.
Right. I mean, there's so much open space. There's
Yeah.
so much Z-axis to be used. I mean, how do you craft a strategy for this map, really? I mean, that's like it's going to take a long time. So teams have just been banning this map out and playing whatever else they can.
I know the secret. Bastion. That's always the secret. You said it earlier. Configuration tank. More like configuration dank.
Sodipop going to open with Nomi on the Winston here. Grim Reality's going to pick up that McCree. Trying to fight this one. We'll see if Agilities can manage to find himself some nice spots here. Hype's going to be on Zarya this game. Back-to-back tanks for him in the flex spot. Agilities. Tell you what, those shurikens aren't going to make it past that Reinhardt shield.
Agility was sort of the MVP for Sodipop last game on that Reaper. We'll see if he can do it again, this time on Genji.
So ID taking some significant damage here. That shield's going to charge it back up, but now Waz out of the target. Nomi gets dropped on that front line by AZK, and so it's going to be a back off here for Sodipop as they wait for him to...
Nomi getting dropped before they even make that first push, being taken out by the McCree for AZK. Not a good sign early on for Sodipop. They sort of have to back off and regroup, and it seems like they don't really know how to even just break this first corner here.
Yeah. Headshot on the first one there and Hyped. Ooh, a jump in from Nomi. Try to get this one done. McCree, sorry, AZK throws that flashbang in there. There's that Transcendence coming down. Mesrar is getting dropped in the midst of this. ID's going to go down as well. I mean, they may have to back off of this one, honestly. Oh, AZK's going to get dropped there really quickly in the midst of that. They just turn around. What is this? What's going on? Grim Reality also didn't get a good glimpse of his angle of attack, but really cleaning up some of these kills.
Yeah.
Now Ultimate's built too. I mean, this is 4 Ultimates for Sodipop. Graviton Surge, Dragon Blade, Deadeye, and the Sound Barrier. Meanwhile, on Team Liquid's side, ID is about 25% off. AZK does have Deadeye, which can buy them some valuable time, especially in this particular spot.
I don't even really know what happened. It's like Nomi went in, slammed Primal Rage, and everybody just melted.
Here we go.
On Team Liquid. Not even many ultimates used by Sodipop, but here we go. This is going to be a lot. Graviton Surge available, Dragon Blade available, and that Sound Barrier. Once you see Jared pop that Sound Barrier,
oh, they're looking for it, AZK gets turned around by Agilities with that Dragon Blade out, and Agilities has picked up 2 so far. Hyped wins the Zarya duel versus ID, picks up to Hang, and Hype, not to be confused with Hype, is going to pick up Waz. Nomi finishes off Minstrel. That's a great wipe there from Sodipop. I mean, that was a very clean point of attack. And
I mean, that 30 meters away from a win.
yeah, Grim Reality's got Deadeye. That's I think the Deadeye just might be able to hold this.
Yeah, we'll see.
Here we go. Here's the initiation, looking for the spot. Gonna find himself on the left, right
There it
down
is.
the middle. No one can check this, just holding up that shield. This is buying him so much time. Finds Waz with that Deadeye. And now there's the Earthshatter. Catches a couple here, but Grim Reality's in great position to clean this up. The flashbang on the Minstrel. Rolls back. Mesrar trying to do some work here, but Agilities is cleaning up that back line. Grim Reality takes it out. That's it.
That is it.
Sodipop, clean take here on Route 66. Both times the underdog in the matchup has taken the Route 66 point.
That's kind of funny. It's like, I don't know. It's the Chaos map, and we'll see if we have sort of a repeat performance, but I feel like Sodipop dominated that map even more so against Team Liquid than Selfless did against Complexity earlier. And yeah, I don't know what it was, but it felt like Team Liquid was just sort of out of sorts, I guess, on a lot of portions of that map. You know, a couple highlights. AZK had some pretty solid moments there.
Yeah.
On the first hold with McCree, got that early pick on Anomi, which stopped that first push. But other than that, it was all Sodipop.
Yeah, I mean, the ultimate advantage was way in Complexity's favor at the initial fight. And then after that, Sodipop was just able to save up and save up and save up. And they kind of want to push without really using anything. It was just Nomi getting a jump in. AZK missed a flashbang, threw it right into the shield from Nomi. And then after that, he just kind of helpless and defenseless out there. He's like, ooh, I dropped down and try to deal some damage. There's a lot of people surrounding me. And then getting caught in a crossfire like that, you know, getting a kill on a DPS target means you're able to roll through the team so much easier than if you get a kill on, say, like, I don't know, like a Zarya, for instance.
Yeah.
It's an important kill, but taking out AZK, that shuts down a lot of their damage. I mean, that's like a main point, like, of their lineup is kind of looking at the lineup of old when they had Kefri in there. They almost played for picks around AZK and Kefri. And now they have Waz standing in there instead. So AZK is kind of like the core member that's holding that spot. Curious if that's really affecting things here.
Well, we'll have to see moving forward. Of course, the loser of the first map does pick the second map, and it is from a limited map pool, but Hollywood is in that map pool, and Hollywood is going to be the map chosen for Team Liquid. So we'll see if we have a similar story from that first match of the day, where, you know, they were able to take a map that they're more familiar with and take a win that way. But Hollywood, definitely a map that all these high-level competitive teams should be very familiar with.
Yeah.
Should be a map that they're, you know, scrimming with the most, because that's a map when you have sort of a draft system for maps is usually one that's left open 99% of the time.
Yeah, it's got a lot of different phases to go through, and then seeing how the teams transition not only picks but also the play style to match the different phases of the map is really interesting to watch. It kind of goes from like choke to wide open to choke again.
Yeah.
So it's a really tricky one, I think, to balance perfectly.
Yeah. But we'll see if they're going to be able to tie this one up. For those of you who are just tuning in, the way the maps work is for maps 1 and 2, the default map is Route 66. That's the map that they play game 1 on. And then the loser picks the next map, and it's from a limited map pool consisting of Nimbani, Temple of Anubis, Ilios, Hollywood, and Nepal. So some interesting maps. If there's ever a tie, it automatically goes to a best-of-3 tiebreaker on Lijiang. And the final map, the initial map, is Hollywood.
Poor Super Siege mode. That's like a vintage one there. It said insert coin.
Yeah.
You think anyone's using coins in 2077 or whatever year this is?
I hope that pennies are eliminated. Canada did it. It's about time, America.
Yep. And if they get eliminated here, blame Canada. I personally want my pennies, TJ. When someone owes me 3 cents, I want 3 cents back.
Well, if someone owes you 3 cents, they round up and give you 5 cents.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So they owe me 1 cent, do they round up and give me 5 cents?
No.
Oh, come on. What a ripoff. It just evens out then.
Pretty sure it rounds to the nearest 5. Canadians can correct me if I'm wrong, though.
Canadians.
I'm Canadian by marriage.
Trying to call ham bacon. Things are just backwards there.
What if we're the ones trying to call bacon ham?
Oh, that's it. My mind's blown at this point.
Oh, God. All right, well, Hollywood it is. Team Liquid versus Sodipop. Team Liquid tied up 1-1.
Gets a nice charge off that first shield there. Thanks to Nomi. Just, oh, wait, you know, did Agility sneak back here? TJ, I don't think they know he's here. Be quiet, be quiet.
Everybody be quiet.
Oh, he got spotted. Okay, the jig is up. Here we go. Agility's trying to turn some players aside. There's Nomi jumping in right after that to hang. Want a little bit of heat. Waz drops Nomi. While that's happening, though, AZK gets dropped. IDD's at half. Minstrel's at half. Agility pulling some fancy footwork here. Looks like Sodipop is going to take this point very cleanly, and Agility's getting reset after reset, looking for that kill on Minstrel. That's some fancy footwork that Minstrel's got on that Lucio.
Team Liquid just got picked apart by Sodipop on that first push.
It was largely in part to Agility's too. Being on the side, you saw as soon as two Liquid players looked,
Nomi was in there.
At Agility's, Nomi jumped right in at that exact moment. That's what they were looking for.
Yeah. All right, well now they have that momentum going with this payload, and Sodipop's looking unstoppable. Dragon Blade available, Deadeye coming up right now.
Reality's finding a nice little bit of damage here. Does have Deadeye available, as you said. Now Hype, not to be confused with Hyped.
Who's not to be confused with Hype?
Hyped. Agility's also with Dragon Blade available, and Sodipop's just looking for the right spot here. The problem is the high ground is such a big advantage. There's the drop down. Here we go.
Yeah.
Just a fallback here from Sodipop. Knows that if they took this fight, it would be a little bit bad. There's the beat drop. Nomi's going to go monkey. In the meantime, Agility's looking for some great Dragon Blade targets. Can't really find one. That Transcendence just almost negated the entire Dragon Blade.
Yeah, but Team Liquid still
here.
falling as well.
Nice pickup
go down
on AZK there. And Mesrar, now he's going monkey. Hype's going to release that Tolvestein, but Mesrar's doing a great job of absorbing a lot of this damage and trying to keep things at bay. Isn't going to get the health pack, will get dropped. In the meantime, Team Liquid did get picked apart there. Mesrar did the best he could to try to buy some time in that spot, which, I think it's kind of what he had to go for in desperation, but just Sodipop looking so organized on these attacks. I mean, even despite the low ground, able to come out ahead there.
Yeah, organized chaos, I think is the
Waz with the Dragon Blade. Hello! Trying to find targets, doesn't pick up anything, gets discorded and has to fall back. Great disengage from Sodipop there.
Yeah. Genji eats a Discord. He is like paper.
Oh no. Agility's finding Mesrar, finds ID. Hello and goodbye. The rest of these targets, Hype and Hype, pick up some kills there. Grim Reality just doing work, not getting touched. I'll tell you what, you leave a McCree alone and the peace is kept.
Yeah. And, Grim Reality not even really needing to use Deadeye. It just seems like getting those left clicks out he's more efficient at this point. I mean, when Agility's is just in the back line wreaking havoc, you don't really need to.
Yeah, it's kind of that turnaround effect. I mean, we saw this from Complexity all last series. When you can turn around a team, oh, no, that's not the spot you want to be.
Oh, well, Primal Rage.
Yeah, he's going to get dropped. Didn't have the backup necessary there, and there were too many members of Team Liquid.
Yeah, decided to just save the ultimate and say, you know what, when I come back, that's when we're going to go in. And Sodipop's going to back off for a second. It feels like waiting for nobody to get back. They aren't man down at the moment.
The team movement from Sodipop, I'm actually really impressed with it. It feels like the communication is spot on on when they should and shouldn't be engaging, and just really picking up on a lot of little things here. Nomi going to jump in. Nice weight on the shield there. There's the Graviton Surge. Coming out, but nothing going to give. That beat drop.
AZK's down.
Going to keep it. Oh, gosh, and falling down the back. Waz gets dropped as well. Nomi, low life here, but in monkey mode, low life is still quite a bit. Jump back in, Transcendence, buying some valuable time. Oh, Dragon Blade is available for Agilities, but it doesn't even matter. It's just kill after kill after kill being picked up for Sodipop. I mean, not even really that much is being expended in these spots. That was a beat drop, and Nomi's ultimate, they're just going to cruise on through.
Nuts. Such an impressive run. 4 minutes and 45 seconds is going to be the time for Team Liquid to beat. I don't know if it's going to happen.
I mean, that's a tough time to beat. I mean, did Sodipop lose a fight?
No. Just at the end there, like Grim Reality just did so much work. He took out AZK, it looked like, with Deadeye, because he died instantly. We weren't on the camera.
Yep.
And Deadeye went away. So either killed him with Deadeye, or he headshot him twice right after he used Deadeye. So
he's Deadeye to get that initial 50 damage. He activated and left-clicked right away.
Yeah. But then he managed to take out like Waz right after. And when you take out the 2 damage dealers that early in a fight, the sound barrier just did so much work. And at that time, there wasn't really much the Hanging Minstrel can do, because if you don't have damage dealers, there's not really anything for you to support.
Yeah.
And that's when Sodipop just made that last push, and really impressive stuff. For Selfless, it looked like the Route 66 was not a fluke, but it looked a little bit, you know, like they just sort of used Complexity's inexperience on the map. But this time it looks like Sodipop is actually just that good.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to note, too, that the Liquid style when they had Kefri in here was very different. Like with Waz, we're seeing him over and over again play this Genji. When they had Kefri on the team, it was like sometimes he played Reaper, sometimes it was Widow. You know, it was a very different style of play. And so, you know, again, they've been kind of trying to find the right footing with the 6th member and figure out where their style is. And with Waz, it's not to say that Waz is doing anything poorly here, but it feels like as a team that something's missing.
Yeah, I mean, we've only really seen him on Genji. That's pretty much all he's played.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, maining a Genji role is like eternally a good skill.
Genji's just pretty good right now. And ID is going to go for the offensive Junkrat again.
Downey's pretty good.
I mean, I can tell you one thing. I get offended by Junkrat.
Yeah, well, ID is certainly a very interesting Junkrat to play. And on this first point, it makes sense. It's a lot of grouped up play. So those explosive AoE shots can really get some work done. There you go, Liquid getting on this point very quickly. ID kind of caught in a tough spot. Mesrar getting a little bit of focus here too. Hype's going to get dropped though.
Yikes.
Nomi's at low life. Mesrar looks like it's recovered at this point. AZK going to get dropped while all this is going on. Nomi will fall. And so it's up to the rest of this crew to get this done. But I don't think this is going to happen. I mean, just too many players of Sodipop being lost at this point. Just kind of, you know, once again, losing all these duels, gets trapped.
Not what you want to do.
Yeah.
Just blink right into the trap. And that's going to be Team Liquid taking the point, you know, just as fast as Sodipop did.
The shields don't work against Winston.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, wasn't expecting that quick. Hype died very early on in that initial push. And, you know, on that Diva, I think that's was really crucial that first fight. Grimreality did what he could with that Tracer. Now switching over to McCree. Really liked his McCree at the, you know, second portion of their push on Hollywood. So looking at him to make some big plays, but 5 ultimates available for Team Liquid.
Yeah, largely I think that swap is in part to ID on Junkrat. You know, it's a lot harder to look out for traps and actually just fight. Hyped. Maybe just using some of the movement here. Waz looking for the right spot. Agility's going to get dropped, caught way out of position here.
6
Here
ults.
we go. Sodipop's going to drop the beat, but Waz is going to unleash a Dragon Blade. Self-destruct is going to get rolled out here, but plenty of life for Waz to work with. Hyped and Jur going to get dropped. Waz finding another. Mesrar going bananas. And Winston just holding the left click. Nobody's going to get dropped. Perhaps a wasted ultimate there from Nomi. Honestly, the pace that they're going, this is going to be a real fight. AZK gets dropped, but just trying to buy some time, I think. Trying to ensure this checkpoint. Agility's going to find himself ID, but going to get away.
I don't think Sodipop really had a chance to win that fight. They had all 6 of their ultimates available. Because Transcendence and Sound Barrier were enough.
Here we go. Agility's trying to find something. Does have Death Blossom available. Oh, he's sneaking around behind. Is he going to find ID? Oh, ID gets dropped from Grim Reality, who's doing work up top. And they will hold. I mean, that's an important hold, honestly. I'm curious if that came from AZK getting picked in that one spot with the hook from Hyped.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're definitely going to have to see Hyped playing on that Roadhog. And Death Blossom is available.
My ultimate is ready. Saddle up.
I mean, I don't even know if Liquid can do it at this point. They're going to have to move this payload right away. And if they lose one more fight, I think they're going to be out of it. They only have a minute and a half left.
There's the Death Blossom from Agilities. Won't catch anyone in it, though. Just creating chaos. Grim Reality going to throw that flashbang in anticipation of Waz showing up. But, oh, big kills there for Team Liquid with AZK. But Grim Reality returns 2, and Agilities finds the kill on Mesrar. Oh, the flashbang can't follow up on it, though.
Now he's trapped between...
dangerous spot here, too. Oh, picks up Minstrel. He's going to look for the Deadeye. Not quite. Just going to try to left-click down. AZK, they get it. With the 3 of them, honestly, that hold, that may have stopped things. This Deadeye's going to buy them more time.
Yeah, Grim Reality is just on fire right now. Even though he's not landing the killing blows on these, he's doing enough damage, he's drawing enough fire. That pickoff on the Minstrel there at the end was actually pretty huge, and that's going to allow them to hold this point. Only 45 seconds left remaining
But like
for Team Liquid.
All their ultimates in that fight. I mean, nothing's there to give. Waz does isolate Nomi right here, so that's a big pickup. Agility's falls as well, hyped. Really low life, but a couple of return kills from Grim Reality. He picks up 3. Didn't quite see how it happened. I imagine it's a Deadeye. Oh, the back turn, but there's the Transcendence. All that damage from Waz is just not doing anything, and at 20 seconds left.
GG's coming out.
Yeah, nothing can happen. They mathematically cannot get past the point at that, so Sodipop going to take a 2-0 lead here over Liquid.
Wow, that is impressive. We are going to wait for the timer to run out just for consistency's sake here. But Sodipop taking a 2-0 lead now over Liquid, defeating them on Liquid's own map choice in Hollywood.
Yeah.
A map that, if Liquid's the favorite on paper, Hollywood's a popular enough map to where they should be favored to win that map. And Sodipop just seems like they ran right over them when they were on offense.
Yeah, I mean, Grim Reality just going unchecked. It seemed fight after fight. Waz had him in a bad position on the rooftop.
Yeah.
Wasn't able to capitalize. He found himself a health pack, found himself 2 kills afterwards. And then once that had happened, once the return kills had happened, that's when things kind of started to fall apart on that very last push for them. And like you said, just Grim Reality, a lot of this, he's not necessarily getting the kills, but he's putting out a lot of damage because no one's paying attention to him.
Yeah. Yeah, so Sodipop looking pretty good. Liquid's going to have another map choice for them since they did lose that map, and they're going to have to think long and hard about this one because they are going to have to win 3 in a row now. And we'll have to see what their map choice is going to be. We'll have to see how it's going to go. But Game 3 is going to be coming up in a moment. Before we jump into that, we are going to have to go to a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, everyone, welcome to ESL 1. They're waiting to come back in. They're up in the high ground with Field Life right in the gun. He's down. Under 6 seconds. Universe in trouble. This could be it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to ESL's King of the Hill Overwatch edition. My name is CJ, once again joined by That's Admirable. And we are in the midst of watching Sodipop pop off against Team Liquid. I was waiting all day to say that.
I knew that you were, too. I could see it
Look
in your
right
eyes.
in the eye.
Your eyes.
Dude.
I'm not going to continue that song. But yeah, this is like a really big statement here from Sodipop. You know, again, they went even over their last 10 matches. They're down against Liquid overall, but in this series so far, they're up 2 games, and that is a huge deal. I mean, this would be a pretty significant upset if Sodipop took this.
Yeah, I mean, Sodipop probably floating around that 5th through 8th, slot in North American Overwatch teams. Never quite making it, didn't qualify for Gamescom, things like that. So it would be a really big deal for them. I said it before, they're one of the few unsponsored teams left that are at sort of that top level. So, I mean, we'll see. Maybe they'll be getting picked up by a team real soon, especially if they manage to upset Liquid, and then especially if they manage to upset Complexity in the King match, if they make it there. But now we're going to Ilios. This was Liquid's choice. Of course, the lesser of 3 evils, when your choices are Temple of Anubis, Nepal, and Ilios. Ilios tends to be the choice most of the time.
Yep. So, pretty standard lineups on both sides here. Minstrel going to use this speed boost to try to get on point here. Naomi getting awfully low. Agility's not really finding too much damage here. ID under a lot of pressure. So Naomi does get dropped. Agility's going to have to back up for this. Does get discorded. Ooh, ID almost drops him there.
All right, well, we'll see what Agilities can do here. Grim Reality going to be going with the traces. Uh-oh.
Mesrar, nice pickup there from Mesrar on Agilities, just buying more time. And again, that's kind of the last thing you want to happen is those little deaths to get staggered that way.
Yeah.
Hopefully, when one of your teammates gets killed, you actually do some return kills.
Yeah.
To try to offset that. Instead, they're just purely waiting for Agilities to get back. It's just free time for Liquid at that point.
Yeah. This is one of those points where you really have to have one coordinated push, take the point, and then hold the point for basically the whole time.
Now, here we go. AZK Doing some nice work there. Mesrar finds Jur. Nomi finds Dahang, though. AZK fueled that shield a little bit, though. That could be very dangerous, but getting completely ignored. Hyped. He's going to get dropped down, and AZK, 50 health and no recall. He won't be able to hold on. Grim Reality will drop him, get his return killed as well. There's Nomi going monkey. Can he knock anyone out the window? That's what he's looking for. Knocking him off the point, but not good enough. There's the beat drop. That felt a little preemptive.
Yeah. Not really any push being made after that sound barrier. Just sort of, you know, thought his team was there, dropped it, and nothing really came of it.
Couldn't fight. Oh, agilities. There's the Dragon Blade, but that Transcendence is coming out, so that damage is getting negated very quickly. Trying to get on the ID, can't find a kill, and looks like won't pick up anything from that. Just gets discorded, pushed off the map. Gonna fall off the side. Team Liquid, once again, holding it very cleanly. So on this map, the individual skill, again, it usually shows through, like who's winning duels better, who's aiming better, that sort of thing. The rest of the maps, a lot of it comes down to just execution on certain points. And in this one, the execution just really all comes in. Can you deal more damage than the other team can deal?
Yeah, and Sodipop is not going to be able to do it. They're going to have this last push, 99% already. This is going to be overtime.
Easy kill.
Do or die.
Easy kill on Jur. Nice trace on agilities there. Up. So,
they go 3 down now.
End up getting pushed apart. It was Hyped and Nomi with agilities there, able to force him off the point. Grim Reality gets dropped. Minstrel's going to go down as well. So, Sodipop in overtime will take this point.
And they do have some ultimates available with Nomi and Hype both having theirs, but I mean, they have to take this all the way back to win themselves. They lose a fight, they get wiped, Team Liquid takes the map that easy.
Yeah, for Team Liquid, Pulse Bomb and Dahang with that Transcendence does have a little bit of entry potential here, but it's going to, Grim Reality's in a great spot right now. Traces down Mesrar, he's going to recall back, finds himself ID. There's the stick.
Got him.
Reality takes out Waz as well in combination with Nomi. Grim Reality finding some really nice spots here.
Fantastic positioning.
Yep. Now Hyped also just picked up Graviton Surge as well. AZK and Dahang still have their ultimates. It looks like they're going for a big build here. So ID at 90% should find it very soon.
Yeah, Minstrel as well, sound barrier.
Oh, Jur taking some significant damage there. Looks like they're going to be a full initiate. So Hype goes ahead and unleashes the Graviton Surge, and that's 2 kills for them. Just build on this point. Jur ends up escaping out of this one. Look at the kills going across the board. Now at this point, I mean, now they're the ones winning the duels.
Yeah, but you know that wasn't a full push there from Team Liquid. As soon as they saw Minstrel and Mesrar get caught in that Graviton Surge, they said, okay, everybody else just disperse, save your ultimates, and now they're going to go for that one last push. They held on the Graviton Surge. Sabir wasn't quite ready yet, so you knew they were all in on that push. But now here we go.
Yep. There's the beat drop. He's in there. Can't really find a spot to open up. Nomi gets dropped while this is happening too. Dahang's going to unleash Transcendence. Agilities taking some damage here. Waz finds Hype for the kill. There's the return Dragon Blade. Agility's too low to make something happen. Mesrar picks up 3 kills in full monkey mode.
Yeah,
that's going to do it.
All right, well, what happened there at the end was Nomi just fell way too early in that fight. And, you know, on those chaotic control point sort of last-ditch efforts, especially on that point, it's just so hard for you to win if your Winston is gone, because Winston's so good in those chaotic fights. When you can knock people off the ledge there. Just being able to stay on the control point and continue to deal damage and to continue to cause that chaos is huge. Nomi fell really early in that fight, and despite Agility's popping that Dragon Blade and trying to get work done, Liquid is going to take that point. And now we're going to go into the ruins and see if Sodipop, I'm not going to say it, I'm not going to say it, gonna be able to pop off. I had to say it.
I was waiting for you to say it. I wasn't gonna say anything until you said it.
Gonna pop that Sodi.
I would have gladly gotten fired by not saying anything the rest of the broadcast until you said pop off. But yeah, that was it was a good effort from Team Liquid to put together just a bunch of ultimates, be very patient and not use what they had, and instead just wait till the full team had them. So Waz opening up pretty quickly here. Some damage out on Nomi, who has to fall on that back line. Still Discord on Nomi. Nomi healed up, but is going to be dropped by AZK.
Discorded Winston is like, it's like effectively a tracer, it feels like. A tracer that can't blink, but can jump once every couple seconds.
Nice damage on Hype there. That kill. Yep, so easy point for Team Liquid. Just get a couple of picks and take the point.
Yeah, I mean, Ilios looks like it's all Liquid all the time. And
The All Liquid channel, 24/7 Liquid.
yeah, it seems like Nomi on these control point maps, Winston does feel like the better choice as opposed to Reinhardt, because you're not going for those pushes. You know, you're sort of going for just, you know, trying to get on that point and cause that chaos. But
A bit there, Waz finding some nice slashes there, but Winston with that Orb of Harmony is definitely tough to take down. When you get focus target with the Discord, that's a different story.
yeah, Discord's going to win out over Harmony.
Oh, there's a nice Graviton Surge. Waz looking for a spot. Let's pick it off. Wow, gets dropped by Hype, just kicking him.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Now, that being said, Liquid is winning the rest of this fight. AZK doing a great job on the chase down here. Let's get forced back. So ID does have the Graviton Surge down, and Sodipop building up their ultimates. They're kind of doing exactly what Team Liquid was trying to do.
Yeah.
On the end of the last point. So we'll see if they can get that done. Waz with Dragon Blade ready to unleash. Minstrel with the beat drop. Mesrar with Monkey to hang. A lot of defensive ultimates available here. Sodipop but drops the beat already. It's melted away. We'll see if Grim Reality can find a nice stick here.
Yeah, that beat drop from Team Liquid was timed a little bit better.
Oh, Waz.
And Hype goes down.
Dragon Blade out. Agility finds a kill on AZK there, but Waz is just going nutso, taking out Jer and Grim Reality. It's a triple kill for him so far. Mesrar just lasering away. The laser is just so fun to watch. I don't know why. It's just something about it so relaxing.
Relaxing.
It's just, well, watching it, like from your perspective, like if you're the Winston player here, it's just...
Just sit there and just left click.
Yep, just
left
hold it.
click all day.
Yep. You don't even have to spam it, you just hold it.
All right, well, Sodipop needs to make this push. They're going to be in overtime, but it looks like Team Liquid's going to be able to clean this up. And despite Sodipop having 6 alive, they're not able to get on the control point fast enough to contest it. Liquid's going to go 2-0 up on Ilios.
Yep.
They take the win on Well, they take the map.
Not too much excitement on that map. Again, just once again, when you're forced into sort of these one-on-one battles, or rather the 6-on-6 battles, a lot of times they kind of like devolve into like 2-on-2s and 1-on-1s and things like that. Liquid just getting the better of Sodipop in this one. Again, I feel like that when it came to executing a particular strategy, Sodipop was able to capitalize more than Liquid was. But now that they're in this spot where they have to just fight head-to-head, Liquid is really showing their dominance in this one.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Well, it can be a little bit hectic, and Sodipop is going to have to win 3 of these control points in a row now in order to take this map. They're still up 2-0 in the match, but I mean, it's looking like Team Liquid's going to take Ilios if they can keep this performance up.
Nomi's just taking a lot of damage early on, and I feel like it's costing them a bit of ground here.
Yeah, definitely.
Just Waz with a nice crossfire here. Nomi once again going to jump in, and that's going to be a slash from the side. Nomi finds himself, Waz finds himself a kill on Nomi. Looking for another target. Arth, get up there.
Yeah.
Just like cruising along on the roof.
It seems like they just don't know what to do. Nomi just keeps charging in and then just dying, and the rest of his team's just sitting there, now what?
It's very similar to like what we saw from Selfless, where I feel like that Selfless knew they were outmatched.
Yeah.
So they just went for big initiates and trying to get a free kill
reckless
here and
aggression.
there. Yeah, and Sodipop I feel like it's a bit more controlled in that regard, but regardless of which, they're just getting picked apart. I mean, Hype gets isolated there from 2 different sides.
Yeah.
Waz is just doing a great job at finding the angle of attack that crossfires somebody, and it's almost impossible to fend off 2 people if they're on each side of you.
And Messer's not really jumping in. He's kind of playing back. He's kind of playing more patient, and then sort of jumps in, you know, once the fight has already started. Instead of Nomi, who's actually the one that's been like initiating these fights.
Yep.
Team Liquid's realizing this. There's like, hey, come to us. You know, we'll pick you off, and then continue to just muscle out the rest of your team.
Rush in through that left side, but AZK finds himself in the back line. Ooh, finds himself a Hype. Hype's been doing good in the duels. Oh, there's a Dragon Blade coming out from Agility. He's looking for those kills. He's not going to be able to take out a Winston while he's in monkey form, that's for sure. Gets dropped there by AZK.
Yeah.
In the back, and Grim Reality looking for kills. ID trapped in this corner. Find the way out of it. Grim Reality just cannot find the right spot to pulse bomb. Oh, looking for ID there. Isn't able to get it.
Yeah. It also feels like Grim Reality is just not as impactful in these fights as he was when he was on McCree.
Yeah.
Every time he's been on Tracer, it feels like they fall behind. And then the moment he switches to McCree, it feels like all of a sudden Sodipop has like this revitalized push.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe he's just more practiced on it. Maybe they're just more practiced as a team when Grim Reality's on that McCree, but McCree's just not as good on these chaotic maps, on these control point maps as Tracer is because of that mobility.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the king of it too. I mean, that's what's dictating the play for them. Oh, there's a huge Graviton surge. AZK with a triple kill on that pulse bomb. And Waz trying to do some cleanup work here in the back, but Graviton and Pulse Bomb is quite a bit of damage. Dragon Blade's gonna come out, takes out Agilities, looking for more kills, but they're just all dead.
Yeah, and that's a momentum killer for Sodipop as Team Liquid takes Ilios 3-0. And they're gonna put themselves on the board 2-1 now. But that was dumb. Whoa, hello.
I love the Winston play of the
All
games.
right.
Got the glasses.
I'm curious to see this one though.
Oh, well, I mean,
there it is. See ya.
I can tell you where the rest of it goes.
Just punching.
Yep. How about just knocking everyone off? He's just finding the kill on Agility as well. Just knocks 2 people off the map.
Yeah. Wow. Well, at least Hype gets himself on the board with that Transcendence healing. Gets a card at least. But that was...
Consolation prize.
Yeah, consolation prize, I'd say, is not good enough.
No,
because that was brutal.
Everybody wants participation ribbons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that one, I think you hit the nail on the head, too, when you mentioned that Grim Reality being on Tracer instead of on McCree. It's really hurting them a lot because it does look like he is so much better on the McCree than he is on the Tracer. But on a map like Ilios, you need that mobility. It's paramount. And so a McCree can just so easily get caught from behind by a Genji or a Tracer and then kind of left doing nothing after that. I mean, it doesn't take very long to take out 200 HP from that. So him being on the Tracer instead, he's not putting out the damage that is necessary for Sodipop to be winning a lot of these fights. And Ilios, a very big demonstration of the individual skill, I'd say.
Yeah, AZK definitely just getting the better of sort of those Tracer duels. You know, every single time AZK would get in that back line, pick off Hype, even though Hype, not Hyped, got the better of a couple of those duels on Zenyatta. Still, you know, if a Tracer's on you that many times, you're not getting, you know, good discords off.
Yeah.
You're just not getting enough healing out, and you're just distracted. And so that's sort of where AZK was sort of getting the better of it. But looks like the next map is Sodipop's choice, and I believe it's going to be Numbani. Was going to be their choice. So sort of the same order as we saw last time from the first match of the day with Selfless versus Complexity. Nobody wants to play on Nepal.
Yeah.
Real shame.
Don't blame him.
Nobody wants to play on Temple of Anubis. Real shame.
Maybe you want to play on those, though, and if you do, there's a time and a place you could do that. You could be competing in King of the Hill.
Yes, you could. ESL.gg/KOTHOW right at the bottom of your screen. Every single week after this initial week when we determine the initial king is going to have that open portion. The winner of that very open that website will take you to will get to compete in King of the Hill for following weeks. There are limited spots, so if you have an Overwatch team and you think you guys can compete with the best of them, head over to that website, sign up, and have your chance to play. So
$1,000 is up for grabs too.
yeah, me and Admirable, we're in the midst of forming our team.
Yeah, he's a Bastion main. I'm also a Bastion main.
We're looking for 4 more Bastion mains.
Yeah. Once you get on that payload,
Yeah.
you're gold. The problem is getting to that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Admirable and I like sat down and like we went over like graphics of the maps, and we mapped out best places for Bastions to camp.
Yeah.
And that's going to be our strategy going into every open.
I've actually made 7 YouTube videos about it so far.
Yeah. They all have like 50,000 views because of how many like rank 30 players main Bastion.
So here we go. Numbani, honestly, Numbani is one of my favorite maps. I like the initial.
Okay.
The thing I like the initial attack point. The fact that there's so many different entry points here.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to watch how players end up mounting defenses. I feel like so many times you get backed into a corner. There's not much you can do about it. And I feel like there just has to be another level of strategy there.
Yeah.
Other than just like get a nice spread, hope it works out.
All right, well, Nomi's on the Reinhardt, Grim Reality's on the McCree. This has been the recipe for success for Sodipop so far in this match.
Yep.
Can they take it on Numbani? Here we go.
Agilities gets off Menstrual there, finds Mesrar. Oh, misses that dash, but picks up Waz anyway. That's 2 resets At that point, Sodipop looking great on this first defense. And Minstrel, this death, not going to get staggered here. Can't chase him down.
Yeah, great
Time.
patience there
ID
by
finds a hook on the
Agilities,
Hyped, but won't be followed up on. And so Agilities has to just dash away.
Yeah.
No, get away from me, Roadhog.
Yeah, you know, that's how Agilities probably could have picked up that kill on the Minstrel on Lucio, but had the patience. He said, I'm going to fall back to the control point. I'm not going to go and, you know, dash into a
EZK
Roadhog
finds
hook.
himself on the back line there. Flashbang's going to miss. Putting out a lot of damage. Agilities gets dropped in the meantime by ID, likely to a hook there. Oh, pulse bomb! Catches Jur. Oh, that's a self-destruct happening. Oh, and this is about to be a different kind of self-destruct happening. Team Liquid steamrolls on the second attack on this point. Largely in part to AZK pulling so much attention away. I mean, there were 3 members that were like half focused on him throughout the course of that, and it's not something you can afford.
Yeah, well, Sodipop giving up that payload point, but we've seen time and time again on Nubani that's not really the crucial point for a team to hold. You know, there's a couple more chokes right around that first checkpoint, right around halfway to that last checkpoint. There's a couple of chokes, especially around the tunnel.
And once again, a nice spot. It's just going to be a bit of a nuisance here rather than actually pushing out a kill here. Just pellets.
Pellets.
That's the sound the gun makes.
I don't know if any Overwatch players have had the chance to play Tracer in Heroes of the Storm, but it's literally exactly the same as playing Tracer in Overwatch. It's actually ridiculous.
Beat dropped here. Agility's looking for the right spot to Dragon Blade. AZK, that's some fancy footwork here. Gotta get away.
Slashes the wall.
Yep, pushes them off the point though, so buying some valuable time. AZK continuing to be a giant nuisance.
Yeah.
Oh. Beat drop right there. Earthshatter didn't see who that caught. Agility's nice dodge there on the pulse bomb. Hype getting lasered down though. Will be mech'd out of this one. Agility's gonna be looking for the right spot to Dragon Blade, but can't find it. Dashes in the wall accidentally. Didn't mean to do that one.
Yes.
Oh, that Transcendence coming out. Agility's. He's gonna be looking for the Dragon Blade right after this.
Well, we'll see.
Might find the right time to use it. Just, you know, so much crossfire getting caught. Everyone's really spread out. No one's distracting for him. Just kind of putting damage on Mesrar.
Yeah, I think he's
scored it.
waiting
Oh,
for
here we
Roman to
go.
get back.
Hello and goodbye to Mesrar. Finds himself Minstrel. Can't capitalize. Misses the attacks. AZK gonna get away as well. 1 kill on the Dragon Blade.
A little bit of an anticlimactic Dragon Blade, but if he gets to pick up the hang there, and he does, that's going to be worth.
Nice work on the hang. That one, Grim Reality picks up Waz in the meantime as well. Another good hold here from Sodipop.
Yeah, Grim Reality still holding on to that Deadeye. Kind of tough to use it on this map just because of how many entrance points there are. You never really find them grouped up. Right as they were about to come around that corner would probably been the best time to use it, but realized that probably just going to left click is going to get me more overall damage.
I feel like McCree's like the only character without an ultimate half the time. Hype's going to get mech'd here. Picked up AZK. Very nice trace there with the Discord on Hyped. Looking for the pulse bomb. Catches Hyped. I'm sorry, no one in that one.
Well, nobody really going down for Sodipop, and Team Liquid loses to hang early on. So Sodipop is going to hold this point. Again, it looks like, as Mezar and Waz both fall down.
He's going to get dropped by Agilities there, too. Won't be looking for a Dragon Blade quite yet. He's going to save that for another point. Really, the big deal there, I feel like, was that pulse bomb from AZK. If that would have been caught by somebody, very different story there. But just
a big old
barely misses on the damage. I mean, some of the damage still went out. It just wasn't like the center piece bomb that you sometimes get, and just players just get deleted off the map at that point. Hype taking quite a bit of poke here.
All right, well, we'll see. Team Liquid is going to have a few ultimates up here in a second if they're going to make the push. There's Pulse Bomb. Dragon Blade's up. Now Sound Baron. There's a Sound Baron coming out.
A lot of damage being pushed, but that Clairvoyance, I'm sorry, the Transcendence plus beat drop. Oh, Deadeye in the back!
Nope.
Can't find a target. I'll tell you what, though, pushes everyone off the point. There comes Waz with that Dragon Blade, but gets shut down on the side. Nice shot from Grim Reality to push him back. And no damage being found. There's the beat drop. Sodipop just pushing through this and just getting kills here and there. And holding it off. Grim Reality, this is a big deal, too. As soon as you heard Waz use that Dragon Blade, you took a look. He just flicked over right through the hallway, shot Waz. It was a force back. And that was enough to shut down the whole fight. I mean, that was like the spot where they needed to find the kills.
Yeah, and even if Deadeye didn't hit anybody, it's still that psychological aspect of it, you know? You hear that ultimate go up and you're like, uh-oh. And so you like duck around a corner, and that is enough to where the rest of his team can get into position.
And when that's bad. Earthshatter's gonna come out. Mesrar gets dropped, AZK gets dropped. If Waz cannot pick up those kills in the back, it is not gonna be good for Team Liquid. ID not finding the kills either. That was a great job from the team there with Hyped basically on that high ground, like pseudo flank, I guess I'd call it. Just being able to push that damage.
There he goes.
No, I'm sorry, onto
spraying the floor.
Onto Mesrar right when it happened. You know, Diva is a cyclist.
All right, well, this will probably be the last push here for Team Liquid. They're going to need to make a lot happen here.
Spots ID,
getting that
Spots ID there
right now.
Has to shadow from right away. Earthshatter's not going to hit. There's the self-destruct in the back. Waz and Mesrar pick up kills, but Hyped and Grim Reality return 2 more. AZK and Waz pick up more kills at that point. It's going nuts. So honestly, Team Liquid, I think, won this fight. That Transcendence is going to keep them fresh. And Hyped to get mech'd here. He's going to drop very quickly afterwards. So a second breath of life here for Team Liquid as they take the point. 2 minutes left to push with. That fight was so clutch.
All it took was AZK to switch over to McCree. And, yeah, ID switched over to Reaper, but it felt like that fight was all AZK. And now they have 3 big ultimates for this next fight, and they get that checkpoint, so get that extra time. Is that going to be the fight that Team Liquid needed to push this map over the edge?
It definitely could be. With the ultimates that are built up, it's spelling a lot of danger. Sodipop is really close to having a couple of key ones here, but Hyped is nowhere near Graviton Surge on Zarya. So Team Liquid just needs to find an opening, and they have Death Blossom and Dragon Blade to do it with.
Yeah.
There's the sound barrier to drop down. There's the High Noon somewhere floating around. Agilities picks up a kill onto Hang, looking for another one. Hacking and slashing away, but Mesrar is going to escape with barely anything. The skin of his teeth, but a lot of Team Liquid members just got pushed back there from the amount of damage pushed out.
I mean, that damage was all he needed. He took out the Hang, and then Team Liquid, with 3 members at half health, didn't have the confidence to keep pushing forward. Now, less than a minute remaining. The payload stopped in its tracks. Sodipop's looking like they're in pretty good shape.
Yep. He does have that Earthshatter available as well.
Here we go.
Oh, this is going to be so close. There's the beat drop from Minstrel. Oh, the Earthshatter gets blocked.
Wow.
AZK, ID, and Waz, all 3 finding kills. Grim Reality is going to get dropped as well. Mesrar finding that kill on Agilities, and that's going to do it. That one push right before checkpoint number 2.
Nomi at the end, I feel like just dropping the ball. Earthshatter available right into Reinhardt's shield.
I think he was going for the read there is what I think. I don't think that was a panic. I think that his read was he's going to drop the shield right now.
Yeah.
I was just trying to catch it because honestly, it felt like at the time that was pushing, but they were a little bit outmatched. Now,
I feel like he should have been out in the front waiting because, that they only had that ultimate up. The Earthshatter had to be the game-winning one. And they just weren't able to execute right at the end there. But they still hold for a long time. 8 minutes and 35 seconds is a pretty slow time for Nimbani. So Sodipop, they might be able to secure this map. They're up 2-1 still in the overall series. If they can get this payload secured in less than 8 minutes and 35 seconds, they win the match, move on to the finals.
If they look anything like they did on Hollywood or on Route 66. On Route 66, they didn't quite get it pushed past, but I feel like that's just a really hard map to push on. I mean, we've seen almost every... We haven't seen a team actually push it the full way yet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they still had a strong push at the early, though. It was the initial checkpoint that was really important here. So, if Sodipop gets a good push early on and they can keep that momentum, that's where I think Team Liquid needs to be worried. That one choke point that was held for so long, I feel like that's going to be the critical point of this map as well. If Team Liquid can have quite as good of a hold as Sodipop did, Sodipop's in trouble, but that's definitely going to be the key piece.
Yeah.
What is that thing?
Thanks.
It's like a sausage.
Oh my God.
It's like a little sausage with a leak.
That's one thing that a lot of people underestimate when they rank Overwatch teams is spray coordination.
Yeah. You know those bells on Dorado?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the first team who can organize like a popular song on those bells, they're going to be the world champions.
Like Shake It Off by Taylor Swift.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
I want to hear it. Too bad Dorado's not in our map pool for this week, but every single week at King of the Hill, the map pool is going to change.
Waz landing a big flashbang there, picking off Jur.
That's a good start.
That is really bad for Sodipop. It's like a 4-person flashbang.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Well,
Yeah, just funneling that side. I was like, what do we do? And like, wait, I don't know.
wait for Wes. Oh, man. To not have flashbang again, I guess.
No, he's gone.
Oh, it's back up.
Yep. Oh my gosh,
They're just
Waz.
funneling into death.
Oh, catches agilities, Mesrar. Gonna clean that up as well. That is an unbelievable showing from Waz in that first point. Just so much damage being dealt.
He's showing Grim Reality what playing McCree is all about. It's kind of funny because it was like AZK who was playing the McCree in like that first match, but now they want McCree and Tracer. So AZK is going to be on the Tracer, and Waz is, you know, showing that proficiency on the McCree. Been playing Genji most of this match.
Deadeye, it's going to get pushed off there. Catches agility still. Despite that, Mesrar's going monkey though. Grim Reality looking like it's coming to an end. Not quite though. The Hang finds hyped in the meantime. Mesrar gonna be at a more fair life total at this point. AZK, that pulse bomb. Mesrar's doing such a good job.
Yeah.
On that top side, ID and to Hang now, finding more kills.
All right, well, Sodipop once again stopped in their tracks, and they haven't even managed to take the payload point.
Yeah, I mean,
it's possible that Team Liquid just stops him there.
I mean, it's being shut down really hard. Like, this next push is going to have to be very well put together, I think.
Yeah.
If they
All
want
right,
to
here they
win
go.
this one.
Air Shatter's available.
Yep.
Transcendence available as well.
Here's the deal. Mesrar's shield is the only thing that's going to hold this off. Nomi finds a kill on Waz in the back. So once that shield is down, he's going to be looking for that Earth Shatter. Graviton Surge comes out, but no real effect here. Mesrar gets dropped in agilities. There's the Dragon Blade, picks up the first, looking for more. Boom! ID's gonna get dropped. Minstrel's gonna get dropped. It's a triple kill on Agility's side. Grim Reality, finally, they get that breakthrough.
It's what they needed. Just one organized push is all they needed, and somehow Waz just getting killed.
That fire strike.
Yeah, the fires are just coming out, and I don't know. I guess he just peeked around the corner right at the wrong time. Like, hey guys.
Oh, there's a fireball here. Let me check the fire.
He's like, I'm checking for fire. Oh man, ridiculous.
It's like, take the bullet.
Yeah.
He's like jumps out of the way. He's like, I'll protect you. It's like, I go throw units.
You know, they could have just. Mesrar could have just taken the bullet with his shield, but instead Waz decided to do it. And now we'll see 5 minutes and 27 seconds left for Sodipop to get this payload secured. Team Liquid was stopped in their tracks a lot of the time on their push. 8 minutes and 35 seconds is not that fast.
Finds Nomi there. It's a nice pulse bomb, Grim Reality. Dropped a little bit so the heal's coming out. So it's a nice stop initially. This hold though, Mesrar a little bit low. Waz under a little bit of pressure. So buying some space. Oh, trying to get that flashbang. That's a hard flashbang to land, but when it lands, it's usually enough.
Yeah, this is, you know, just Team Liquid trying to stop him at this point.
Oh, there it is. Looking for the Deadeye. Waz gonna find himself 3. Thought I saw a ghost.
And picks up another kill on Grim Reality as he's retreating.
The thanks spray.
Ridiculous.
At the end.
That's the best Deadeye we've seen all day long, and that's what Team Liquid needs, some clutch shots here when they're down 2-1 in this match.
Yep. Mesrar with Earth Shatter available, but a couple of defensive ultimates coming up as well as approaching on Agility's Dragon Blade and Nomi's Earth Shatter. This is going to be a big fight here. Grim Reality just trying to buy some space with this. Can he find a kill from the side? Won't be able to.
Time's out.
Oh, there's the
Not
Earth Shatter. There's a return. Nomi trying to crack away, pulse bomb. Everything getting used here, and Agility's gonna pick up 3 on the Graviton Surge from Hyped. Make that a 4th one. Cuatros muertos por Agilities.
Sick.
Wow. I mean, look, you combine a Dragon Blade with the Graviton Surge, that is like the dream
Nothing
combo.
is coming out alive, and nothing came out alive. And Sodipop continuing now for the push. And, you know, that was sort of a perfect time for this. Are they going to be able to get the payload to this checkpoint? Deadeye comes
looking
out.
for it. That shield would break in the meantime. But again, just trying to buy some space.
Really great coordination by Team Liquid to just back off as soon as they heard the Deadeye come out.
Yep. Grim Reality let it rip anyway, but Hype found the kill on the ID. There's the beat drop, and Nomi with the Earth Shatter picks up Mesrar. Don't know if that was necessary, but it looked really cool.
I mean, is Sodipop going to do this? That's 4 dead for Team Liquid. They're getting so close to this payload. They have 3 minutes left. I don't see any way that Team Liquid's going to be able to defend this.
It's just falling apart. I mean, just every single person got into a bad position and got picked off one by one.
Graviton Surge, I thought it just lifted them up, but it tilted them as well.
Approaching some more ultimates as well. I mean, Hype is at 75%. Agility's looking for the right angle again. So here we go. Made some more progress, but can they progress past this last point? They need one more fight to go their way.
That's all they need.
They got 2:34 to do it.
All right, well, Transcendence is up. They're probably going to have time for like 2 more waves of ultimates, but this payload is getting so close. When are they going to pull the trigger?
There's the Graviton Surge. Liquid looking for the right spot, but doesn't find anything. Agility's escapes very nicely. Oh, but there's an Earth Shatter. Grim Reality picks up a kill. Mesrar returns another. Grim Reality trying to find ID over in the corner, beating that shield just a little bit. No more kills being picked up to Hang finds Hype. And I think that's going to be another hold here. Waz finds Agilities. That's going to be another hold. Sodipop now with 2 minutes left. Graviton Surge is up for Hype, and he's got a 90 charge.
Yeah, and Dragon Blade's coming up, but Agility's just spawned, so he's gonna have to run back. I don't know, this one's gonna be close. Still 1 minute and 45 seconds left in order to beat Team Liquid's time, but they're only gonna have one really more good wave of ultimates. 4 available for them.
Looking on the flank here.
Here we go!
Hyped, catches 2 with the Graviton Surge. Agilities in, gets picked up in the back by Waz. AZK's gonna shut him down in 2. Grim Reality gets a return kill, but ID and AZK pick up more kills. Grim Reality can't find the damage to push this out. 1 minute left for Team Liquid to hold this off, and if they stagger this death on Grim Reality, could be bad news. Won't find it. But he is low on that other side.
With the MVP shot onto Agilities, he popped the Dragon Blade, went in, and had 4 people in his sights, but was killed.
Yep, ID found that staggered death on a Grim Reality as well, so we'll take them that much longer to find the spot. That Deadeye was so important. That would have picked up 3 kills for Agilities if he would have found that spot.
At least.
Yeah.
At least, because he would have got the resets as well. They were all tucked into that little corner.
Here we go, AZK doesn't have an ultimate available. There's a Deadeye coming out. Earth Shatter, didn't see where it hit. Grim Reality gonna get dropped on that flank though. Hype, Nomi, Dur's gonna go down as well. Grim Reality does get dropped. 30 seconds left. I don't think they have the time to recover this and get back out there.
No, that's gonna be it. I mean, they have to push this payload in 23 seconds. You know, they don't have overtime.
Yep.
It's stopwatch, so the GGs are going to come out, and Liquid ties it up 2-2. We're going to a game number 5, Admirable.
Wow. I mean, after starting out 2-0, it looked like Sodipop was going to take a series pretty cleanly here. Team Liquid clutches it on Ilios 3-0.
Yeah.
On this map, they get a kill right before the second checkpoint. I'm sorry, a team kill right before the second checkpoint. They snowball that into an 8:35 time, which is pretty long. But then at the end, it looked like Sodipop was going to take it. But the spawn point to get back to that fight is really short.
Way.
Well, when you're towards the end, it's a really short spawn point for Liquid at that point.
Long way for Sodipop.
Yeah, for Sodipop. And so they got a very clean team fight off.
Yeah.
But they just got back in so fast from Liquid that Sodipop goes, I don't think we can find this kill here.
No.
And then that Graviton Surge at the end, it looked like Agilities was about to mop up the team. Waz, clutch Deadeye, picks up Agilities. That's all he needed.
If Agilities had gotten in there with that Dragon Blade, even just like made it past the Deadeye, it probably would have been game. I mean, just that damage alone, just Genji being on the backline alone would have been enough. But really sick play. Waz showing off that McCree, you know, even just that stop at the beginning, just the extra time that he bought with that flashbang into kill was, you know, just really sick.
Yeah, I mean, how often do you catch 4 players in a flashbang?
On Debani all the time when they're all grouped up at the beginning.
That's like what makes a good McCree, duh.
Easy. All right, well, game number 5 is going to be coming up. Before we do that, we are going to have to go to a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's the desire for greatness that drives us. It demands persistence. An existence dedicated to a single goal. The willingness to sacrifice what you have for what you will become.
Hello everybody, welcome back to ESL's King of the Hill. My name is TJ, joined once again by That's Admirable. We're about to jump into game number 5 of our second set of the day. It's Team Liquid taking on Sodipop, and Sodipop went up 2-0.
Yeah.
Now Team Liquid's brought it back.
Yep. Ilios and Nimbani went their way, but honestly, the amount of time it took them to take Nimbani and then how close Sodipop was to also returning it, it's a very big statement for this team. Like you mentioned, they're one of the top 8 teams in North America, and I think it's like the only non-sponsored one.
Yeah.
Like this team is putting together the makings of a very practiced effort.
Yeah.
Like the individual skill that we saw in Ilios, they got very outmatched, but when it comes to team execution, it looks like the communication is very strong, and they're getting some really great spots, despite the fact that I think on an individual level, they're outmatched.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty sick match overall, and I'm actually surprised Liquid's been able to drive this momentum. At the end there, I thought Sodipop was going to have it, but I believe the last map, there's only 2 to choose from left. It was either Temple of Anubis or Nepal. They went with Anubis.
Yeah, this is another one, actually, one of my favorites. I always like kind of the weird maps. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But Temple of Anubis, this one is like really cool to me because the way that the second point got changed, like prior to having that entry on the left and the door being wide open, I feel like Anubis was just, it just wasn't a map.
Yeah.
I feel like. But now that it's gotten to this point, I feel like Anubis is just kind of a cool map to attack. Like seeing the different kinds of executions, where teams favor. Like even on this first point right here, I know a lot of teams favor funneling through the left because it's easy to get in there. But I know a lot of teams like going through the right just because there's more open space to work with once you find yourself through that position. And this is a really interesting spot. Is Agility's going to be on Pharah? Hype on Mercy? What on earth is going on?
Bringing it back.
This may be just a nod to the fact that it's a double checkpoint.
Yeah.
Like it's a double capture. So the res and the amount of damage you can pour out from Agility, so like maybe they're just looking for like really big swings to be taken here. Yeah. Agility's camped that Mercy, so Waz putting out some damage there, but not really consequential damage. ID sitting in half. Mesrar's focused quite a bit, so you see Sodipop choose to take on the right, and with Pharah in the lineup, this just makes sense because now you have so much more aerial space to work with.
Yeah.
Oh, Team Liquid's coming up the back here. See if they can get something done.
Uh-oh, Sodipop dropping so low!
Yeah, gets dropped. ID picks up a kill. DeHang picks up a kill. I just have to back off at this point. Hyped. Not going to escape this one, I don't think. It's mech'd and for a kill.
Gonna try and draw everybody into the self-destruct.
Yeah, they're just gonna let Hyped live too. I mean, without the mech, it's not really much of a carry. Ah, there we go, trying to stagger the death as well.
Yeah.
So ID, Graviton ready at this point. Sodipop had a little failed push. Team Liquid really smart of them to just charge up the back and force that fight.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like this is gonna be really tough for Sodipop to try and break here. I don't know. They're trying to go with that little bit of an alternative
Graviton
strategy.
surge. It's going to be leading in. AZK picks up 2. ID gets 1. And Mesrar hammers away for a 4th one. Big Graviton surge for Team Liquid there.
Yeah.
2:28 on the clock. And Earthshatter still available.
Pharah Mercy, I just feel like they're not doing too much right now.
Yep.
The Rocket's just going into the shield from Reinhardt. It doesn't feel like they have enough just actual aggressive power
taking
here.
A lot of damage here. Finds himself in the back. Waz unleashed that Dragon Blade.
Oh, Waz is dead.
Yeah, can't find a kill though. Grim Reality looking for a Deadeye here. Just pushes everyone off the point, and this is exactly what what Sodipop is looking for. Pharah, Aerial in that back line. Does have ultimate available. Not too much to give here. Oh, does find a kill there. That Earthshatter making the big deal too. Grim Reality's got that Deadeye back. Don't think it needed. Hype picks up the kill on ID. Grim Reality finds Minstrel on this one.
I don't know, but they're
gets
falling.
dropped. Yeah, but
4 dead now.
Sodipop ends up picking up this fight. It's just kind of like one-on-one kills here and there, and a lot of that just had to do with the amount of space that was created.
Yeah.
With Farah in the back from the aerial attack, a lot of attention gets diverted that way. That allowed Grim Reality to find a comfortable spot to just activate Deadeye.
Yeah.
Didn't have to release it, but again, the whole point is just to funnel everyone into little spots. You know the locations of where they went, isolate those targets and try to kill them. Takes the point.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll see. This second point is so hard to take. It's just tucked in that little corner. There are multiple routes to get there, but everything sort of funnels through this main door or around to that right side. So it's a pretty easy point to defend. It takes a very coordinated effort to assault.
Yeah. That's part of the reason I think that the Mercy's in here as well. They're going to speed in. Trying to find one. This Grim Reality knows the locations of a couple of these players. Oh! Only 10% on ID. Does find
almost, but still.
Forces that shadow for him. There we go. Grim Reality picks up the kill on AZK. Not before AZK gets one onto Nomi. I'm trying to find his way. Waz trapped in a bad spot, but can he get away? Will. Oh, looking for the Deadeye. Gets dropped by Nomi. In the meantime, though, Resurrect came out. That's a nice Graviton Surge, though. Gonna knock them all down. Mesrar won't even have to Earthshatter here. Just hammer away. Well, Beat gets dropped, so is going to have to Earthshatter. But forced off the point. And in that fight, a lot was used. We're talking the Mercy ult was used.
Yeah.
Swapped off of Farah at this point. Didn't catch to see if that actually made an impact. Waz, 2 of the deaths now on Nomi and Hyped are staggered, so gonna have to recover this one. But that was even with the Resurrect going down. Not able to get the job done.
Yeah, and now that whole strategy is gonna be over. They capture that first point. I feel like that's what that was for. Lots of airspace around that first one, and the reasons you mentioned, just being able to get Farah towards that backline really easily. So now it's gonna go ahead and switch over to the more standard, at least nowadays, Genji plus Zenyatta, and we'll see if this is going to work. But I don't know. Team Liquid's defense has been pretty good here on this second capture point for Anubis.
And a lot of ultimates available too. Maz takes some damage there. Oh my gosh, I didn't see that Death Blossom, but it came out. Mesrar and AZK pick up basically the entire team.
Yeah.
Those ultimates. We were on Waz's point of view, looking for him to get some.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Thank his
Waz
teammates,
did a lot as well. I think he got like 2 body shots in that fight.
He took like 3. That's pretty cool.
There we go. And Team Liquid still managed to hold on to some of these ultimates. Deadeye available, Transcendent, Soundberry got those sort of defensive ultimates available with the offensive ultimates out of the way.
Sneaky little AZK right here.
Yeah, no Death Blossom available, but still might be able to drop down and pick up some kills.
Yeah, just anytime he can get in the flank and find a nice target. We saw him teleport over there on that ledge as well.
All right, we'll see if Sodipop can manage to break this defense. Double Deadeye.
Yep, he's got the hot hand. Well, Waz backs off a little bit here. He's looking for the right spot to Deadeye. May find it here, but it's end up happening.
Oh, AZK.
Mesrar gets a kill. Waz gets a kill as well. That's going to do it. This fight's cleaned up very easily. Agility does get a kill here, but I don't think this is consequential. I think these are just staggered deaths at this point.
Yeah.
Yep, I'd like to see Sodipop back out of that, because this is not going to happen.
Yeah, the longer they stick around here, the more staggered the death's going to be. But they do have 6 up now. But oh my
charging
goodness.
in. Oh, well, they will escape, but I think that was an unnecessary risk there.
Yeah.
From Sodipop. I mean, granted, they do need to build ultimates as well, so you know, it's a risk versus reward thing. But when you have 2 down,
All right, here we go. Transcendence, Earthshatter's almost up, and Dragon Blade. Let's see if they can make something happen.
There's the beat drop. Nomi looking for that Earthshatter. Gets pinned against the wall. And Mesrar's going to drop him. Had very little life left. Hype finds a kill, but Waz and Mesrar and AZK picking up the rest of the team there.
Nothing happening right now for Sodipop.
Yep. You saw Nomi looking for that Earthshatter. He actually found a good spot for it, but he happened to run into the charge right before that happened. And now 2:15 on the clock. Sodipop's got Hyped building very close. So looking for that Graviton and Dragon Blade, I imagine, but look at the defense available from Team Liquid.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to have to be one of the pushes that they do it. They're not going to have these big of ultimates up anymore besides this one. Earthshatter plus Graviton Surge. They're going to have to combo these into something big. Can Agilities do it? This is going to be almost a full ultimate fight with both teams having 4+ up.
Yep, Hyped finds that Graviton Surge. But there's the defensive ultimates. AZK picks up Grim Reality and Jur in the back. Yeah, Nomi's just getting shredded down.
They're just focusing so much attention on that front line that AZK is just able to get in the back with that Death Blossom and pick up the squishies.
Yep.
Agility's just had Dragon Blade up for 3 fights in a row now, but he gets picked off too quick, or Nomi goes down too quick at the beginning of the fight, and there's just no way that he can use that Dragon Blade successfully. And Team Liquid, I mean, this system that they have going is working. AZK is picking off kills that backline. That's exactly what they need.
Yep. I think this is going to be the last hurrah here for Sodipop. This is going to be a desperation push involving that Earth
Right up the
Shatter.
middle.
Hyped, trying to build some of that shield, increase that damage. This is going to be tough. I mean, I don't know if they can find the spot. That's right into the Zarya shield as well. Here we go. There's the beat drop. Trying to find some kills. Agility awfully low. It's healed back up. Hyped.
Oh,
Getting
Blast
focused.
gets taken out.
Oh, Agility's and Grim Reality find kills on the back of that Dragon Blade. There's that Graviton Surge looking for the rest, but Agility's going to get dropped. AZK just going to go ahead and Death Blossom right there. But I think it's just enough.
Yeah, Death Blossom only picks up 1 kill, but it zones the rest of the team out. And that 1 kill is going to be enough and takes out the Grim Reality.
Yep. 19, 18 left. I mean, I don't even think they're going to get back here now.
This
kills,
game is
the kills are all
over.
staggered. Just Team Liquid with a fantastic defense at every single step of the way. I think Sodipop took the first point pretty reasonably.
Yeah.
But afterwards, just not able to find an entry position here. Tries to go for the desperation. Oh, he's on the point. It's not good enough.
Yeah. All right, well, there you have it. Round 1 complete.
That's
Little faces of ID and Dang.
it's not a tough one to beat. I'll tell you what, Team Liquid needs to take 2 points. GG.
GG, that's it. But Anubis is so hard for the assaulting team. It's actually ridiculous.
I honestly feel like the Genji might have been a bit of a liability there. Just the way that it has to funnel in,
Yeah.
couldn't really find a spot. And with AZK just continuing to get the good flanks off. And this vintage game is everywhere. Maybe it's not that vintage. It's
0
like on every
credits.
map.
Somebody give me some coins now.
The clock's just constantly at 58. What kind of game is this? Maybe that's not a maybe it's like a score.
No, you gotta insert the coins if you want the timer to start. Oh, what? What?
What's going on in this game? It's a tough one to figure out.
All right. Well,
Yep, that's what I think of that.
there it goes. Let's see if Team Liquid can do it.
Picture that little kid. Back to the Future 2. You mean you have to use your hands? It's like a baby's toy. Yeah, no non-standard picks here from Team Liquid. Just going with a very traditional lineup that they've been using. And Sodipop. The Mercy Pharah, that was certainly an interesting one to see.
Yeah, I mean, they did manage to take the first point, but not that quickly, and it did take them a few good pushes before they managed to get in there. It's hard to tell if the Mercy Pharah was more effective than, say, like a Genji Zenyatta would have been. But
Well, again, I think the intention was to try to snowball point too.
yeah. But we'll see. Now it's their time to go on defense. Grim Reality is going to be on that Reaper. Haven't seen much Reaper from him today. Sort of excited to see what he can pull off. Was disappointed in the Tracer, but very happy with the
His
McCree.
close range combat certainly feels like it was lacking on the Tracer.
Yeah.
And Reaper definitely has higher damage output. So
Yeah.
maybe the mobility isn't what Grim Reality needs. I mean, we've seen him do such a good job on McCree so far.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just the damage output.
yeah.
And so at close range, this is a little bit more effective, I'd say, than Tracer is, especially on a map where it's just kind of a lot of hallways and things like that.
Yeah, this time, since Team Liquid's running a Genji comp, it's going to be AZK on McCree instead of Waz.
Hang gets dropped really early here.
That's not good.
AZK at half, Waz at half. Grim Reality looking for a spot. Finds a bunch of them there. Nomi's just hammering away. Mezra going to find a kill on Grim Reality, but Nomi finds 2. Hyped finds Waz. Minstrel takes out Nomi here. Sodipop going to hold this first point. They've lost a lot of players in that, though. I mean, can Team Liquid put together something here before Sodipop recollects?
Yeah, I think the hang falling right at the beginning of that engagement was really what snowballed that downhill. Then they all sort of said, we still have to go for this push.
See how quickly they're moving in here. I mean, they know that the timer requires a little bit of extra time to get there, so Agility is going to try to hide away. Sitting at about 2/3. Ooh, nice dash there. There's that Transcendence. Find anything. AZK getting dropped. Agilities and Nomi get returned, though.
I don't know, I still feel like Sodipop is in good shape. Still have the sound barrier, so they're going to go ahead and pop that, but Agilities and Hype now
There's
down.
the Graviton Surge. Only catches Minstrel. Grim Reality. He's got the Death Blossom. He's looking for a spot. As that Transcendence falls, he's going to fall first, though. So Waz putting out some good damage here, but can he actually pick up the kill here? Oh, there's a Graviton. And Waz finds a nice spot for it. Taken out basically the whole team.
Yeah.
Team Liquid, very nice engagement on that Graviton Surge.
How to Graviton Surge there in those engagements.
Yep.
And
And just jump behind it. I mean, the Graviton Surge right into the shield.
Yeah.
And just Waz being able to dash right through.
Yeah.
Hits multiple targets with that. That's a lot of damage gets poured out, and then just able to be in the back line. And the Reinhardt, once again, has to make a decision. Do I guard from the Genji? No, I guard from the other 4 people who are staring us in the face. But the damage output's just too high at that point.
All right, so Team Liquid now has 6 minutes to take this map. All they have to do is secure the second objective, since Sodipop wasn't able to in their time limit. And they're going to take it, so, I mean, probably can be a little bit patient early on. Look for the right engagement.
Oh.
That 6 minutes seems like a lot, but that can go by fast. Death.
I think they know he's there. Yep,
Yeah.
ID spots him.
Really great spot, though, because if they didn't spot him and that Death Blossom got on the back line, that would have been lights out, at least for that engagement.
Yep. Here we go. Can Team Liquid execute this better than Sodipop had? There's that Dragon Blade coming out. AZK finding the flashbang. Laz taking so long to find Hype in that back line, and so Agilities and Hype to pick up a couple kills. Grim Reality gets one on ID. Stuffed.
I think they just split up too much in that engagement. A little bit disorganized when they were coming in, and Waz just went for the chase and wasn't able to.
So Dehang and ID have swapped onto Pharah Mercy. So I'm guessing this is just some sort of strategy that they've been practicing in the meantime here. I actually haven't. I rarely see Temple of Anubis in competitive play.
Yeah.
So I really haven't seen this strategy come out, but I imagine what this is just trying to snowball.
Yeah, I mean, one barrage can win a fight, especially since, like, when you are on defense on this map, you know that there's only really 2 entry points, but you don't really consider the air. So Pharah can really get in there and, you know, get a barrage, make an engagement where you don't expect it.
Yeah, but this is kind of the spot they're looking for. Let's get that.
Just cause chaos.
Grim Reality needs to do some work here on ID, but getting camped that Mercy. This is a weird kind of attack. ID gonna get dropped here. Hyped with a very big charge. Building that up. Nomi, he's looking for that Earth Shatter. Oh, there it is. That's blasted down. AZK looking for that Deadeye. Grim Reality picks up 3. In the midst of that, though, Hype's going to clean up the rest. But Team Liquid didn't have any ultimates really built for that one.
Yeah.
That was an engagement, I think, purely to try to force ultimates and to build their own. Now that ID and Dehang are moving towards that barrage and that resurrect, I think that's the kind of the push they're looking for, where if ID gets dropped early, the resurrect comes out and gives him time to find one angle to use the barrage.
All right, well, we'll see. Here where we go. They're looking for an engagement now. But those ultimates are going to be crucial. Have to get the right timing. It might be hard for Dehang to find a good resurrect, but ID should be able to find a good barrage. Can Grim Reality pick off ID before that barrage becomes an issue? That's going to be the problem. He's on that McCree. We've seen him do clutch things all day.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Uh-oh. Finds the barrage on multiple targets. Picks up 2. Hype is going to drop ID. The resurrect comes out, though. Dehang was so low to being dropped. What wasn't going to happen. Mezrar now picking up a kill.
3
looking
down.
for Earth Shatter.
4 down.
Finds Agilities. Oh, this point's ticking away. I think Team Liquid might have done it. The back of the resurrect and that barrage. Team Liquid is going to take this point. What an ultimate from ID at the end there to find a great spot to unleash the barrage and get massive damage.
And that's going to be Team Liquid taking the series, being down 2-0, and then coming back to win 3 in a row. Here's the play of the game. It's AZK who had fantastic Death Blossoms all game long. That was 5 kills, 6. That was almost a full team wipe.
Yep. That's right.
Nuts.
Getting some damage in there as well. But yeah, the ultimate from the barrage at the end. I mean, that's really kind of, I think, the uncomfortable spot that Sodipop was put
Yeah.
into at that point, where if things are getting a little bit chaotic. You can feel the pressure mounting at that point. You've dropped 2 maps in a row after starting up 2-0.
Yeah.
You funnel into one wrong spot, and then suddenly there's the big barrage to clean things up. They got a couple picks in the return, but then that's what Dehang was there for, was to get that resurrect and make sure they had pressure sticking on the site there. So on Anubis, just, I think, better execution of the Pharah Mercy than we saw from Sodipop, who have just swapped off of it.
Yeah, so King of the Hill, I mean, this is where the action's at, and you guys can have a chance to participate as well. You can head over to esl.gg/KOTHOW if you guys want to have your chance. The link's right at the bottom of the screen. There is an open portion in the weeks going forward. This is for invited teams because we have to find that initial king. But going forward, the winner of that very open will get their shot and compete on the broadcast at King of the Hill to try and get that throne.
Yeah.
But I mean, the finals for this week is set. It's Complexity versus Team Liquid. I mean, these were the favorites we had coming in. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, it's pretty clear. I think that Sodipop was an underdog to Liquid. They put up a very good showing. And Selfless, again, a pretty significant underdog to Complexity at that point. Not really too much of a surprise. They did take Route 6 very cleanly. But seeing the Liquid Complexity finals here, I don't think was unpredictable by any stretch of the means.
All right, well, that final is going to be coming up in just a moment. But before we do that, we are going to have to go to a quick break. But don't go anywhere. More ESL Overwatch King of the Hill will return right after this break.